This is Hannibal, HannibalTV.com, and these videos where I've broken kayfabe on some of my incident videos have become popular, so why not do one for the Terry Funk incident, which I already broke kayfabe on. There's numerous versions of this, and there's even some that have been taken down. This incident with Terry Funk and I happened in 2010 in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. The initial versions of it were posted on other channels to help promote the event itself. More recently, about 5 years ago, I reposted a version of Jeremy Prophet, current GNW Canadian champion, explaining a kayfabe version of the events for the This Is Hannibal movie DVD that had a bonus section. And then I've also since then put out some uncut versions, because although there were many people that complained that they didn't like Jeremy's explaining of the story, that one still has by far the highest views, about 800,000 views. But in the DVD version, I already said it was a work. And I had mentioned in that clip that Terry Funk was the fight scene coordinator for Rocky V. He's been in Roadhouse. He's been in Over the Top. He's the master of fight scenes. And yes, he also coordinated this fight scene. I was supposed to wrestle Vampiro originally. He is a huge star in Mexico. He's been in WCW, and he's actually from Thunder Bay.
Vampiro, I'm coming to Thunder Bay on May the 15th, and I'm not gonna show any mercy to you.
Terry Funk was supposed to be the guest referee for that match, me against Vampiro. However, for whatever reason, Vampiro couldn't make it to the press conference where we were supposed to have an altercation, a big, hard-hitting, realistic altercation. But Vampiro couldn't come. Have to admit, I was a little bit mad about that, so I put Vampiro in a different match, and I decided to instead wrestle Kevin Nash with Terry Funk as a special guest referee. Now, since Kevin Nash, I believe, was filming Magic Mike, he was actually driving up to Thunder Bay and was only arriving like a few hours before the match after driving like 16 hours. So because Terry Funk was the only person involved in the match that was at the press conference, we agreed that we would have to have a clash instead of Terry just breaking up a fight that was supposed to happen with me and Vampiro. So this is what happened. I said, all right, well, I have an idea. Why don't you smash something over my head? We talked about different things to smash over the head. He thought of some sort of award, the city awarded, giving him some sort of award. Finally, we said Max Moscow, my videographer at the time, one of them, his brother was at this event. His brother was an artist. He had designed some Great North Wrestling t-shirts, and he could easily draw up a portrait of Terry Funk. I came up with the idea that because one of the people involved with the event was 31 at Junot in Thunder Bay, run by James Murray, which is an organization that legitimately helps a lot of youth in Thunder Bay. We convinced this guy from the legitimate organization that works with youth that this was in fact a portrait produced by a developmentally delayed adult in Ottawa, and he gave it to us to pass to Terry Funk, and he fell for this hook, line, and sinker. I'm sorry he's going to see this and realize now that we lied to him, but yes, that had nothing to do with a real developmentally delayed person that had drawn that for Terry Funk. So he was going to present the picture to Terry Funk. I was going to see it and make fun of the picture, make fun of the way Terry Funk was dressed. And we agreed, Terry Funk and I, that to get him mad enough to hit me with this. By the way, it was a real glass picture frame. There was a small bit of concern that it was going to do more serious damage to my head than it did, luckily. And luckily, I have a hard skull. But yes, he agreed that I can't just hit you with this picture frame. I'm the baby face. You've got to slap me around a bit to aggravate me. And he made it clear, don't worry about loosening up on the slaps. And he also told me that he was going to bruise easily so it'll look worse than it is.
Terry Funk, who I consider to be probably one of the most beloved legends of all time, 65 years old, has a stent in his heart, takes blood thinners. That's why if you touch him, he bruises. I know what it's like because my father was on the same medication for the last 5 years of his life.
Because of the blood pressure medication he's on causes bruising. So we agreed, slap him a few times, bash me with the pitcher on the head, beat me up a bit. I'll beat you up a bit, and some people are going to break it up. It was funny because because it was at a Wednesday around noon or 1, there was not really many of the public there, maybe only 5 or 6 members of the public. And some of the plants started breaking up the fight. Some of the public actually jumped in. They didn't cause any damage, but it was real enough that some of the public jumped in to the fight between Funk and I during the pull apart. Then I made the stupid mistake. I was fully in character to add some realism. There was a bunch of glass on like a table, and on my way out, I'm like, let me just freak some people out. I'm going to break a bunch of glass. So that was my biggest mistake of that night, because I was told when the hotel discovered I'd broken the glass that I either had to pay them, I think it was something like either $400 or $600 immediately, or they were going to kick all the wrestlers out of the hotel. It went according to plan. We ended up having a massive crowd. I believe it was somewhere close to 3,000. It was on the front page of the newspaper. It made all the local news that night. We had a really good walk-up, and it was a success overall.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.